actually said. Okay, I think it's working. Okay, we're live.
Okay, okay, okay. Realized.
Finally. Okay.
Yay!
It's working. Okay, and the audio's working on stream too. Okay, that was confusing.
It's always confusing.
Yeah. Okay, so where was I? Right, so sorry about that, guys. We're going to pick up where we left off last stream and wrap up the rest of our fanfic list, and then we're just gonna kind of take it from there and see what happens. I'm just gonna throw these together real quick because I went through the trouble to grab them anyway. So, which three? Actually, yeah, I have to do this one by one. Where did I put them?
No boy.
Okay, there are four in question, I think. So, where do I want to start? Nerve, TMX. Okay, two Fate ones and one non-Fate one. You go first while I set this up. Oh shoot.
Oh yeah. I'm gonna start with another fake one. So this one is, well, it's a crossover actually.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, with fairy tale though.
Fairy tale. I haven't heard that name
Yep.
in a long time.
Yeah. It's called a guild called Chaldea.
Oh, Fate and Fairy Tale. That's
Yep.
interesting.
Yeah.
I'm gonna.
Miss.
Oh, sorry. Keep going.
Yeah. The premise is basically um fairy tale during the Grand Magic games. It's a sort of what's the word? Singularity. Yeah.
Oh, you know what?
And
Oh,
yeah.
that actually makes sense with how the
Yeah.
games go. So smart on them.
Yeah.
Sorry. Okay, so.
And basically um how they in order to solve this singularity, they uh they sign themselves up to the Grand Magic Games as a guild and just kind of steamrolls free free like every competition there, and it's just they don't even bother to like go scout out the competition because they quote unquote wanted to give the other guilds a chance. And like uh, that's so dumb though.
Yeah, yeah, they are.
Like let's see, on after the first like on the first day I believe, let's see now, they got how do I say, they got ramps, King Hassan, that ramps
Oh
to
no,
play for it.
that's cheating.
Wait, let me just let's see now. There's Grams, there's Emiya, there's Arturia. Let's see.
Does
What's
Gramps?
the point?
Does Gramps know you're not
Yes.
really allowed to kill in this thing?
Yeah, he doesn't kill. He doesn't kill.
I just realized, yeah, we've never had Gramps in a actual canon comedy thing. He always shows up when it's serious.
Yeah, Gramps is just that kind of guy. Let's see now.
Shit, what was this one?
Oh, there's Enkidu too.
Oh yeah, right.
Let's see now.
Gil's special friend. His special friend.
Special. Yeah.
They're not my only friends. Okay, so let's see.
Oh, let's see. Wait, I think that there's also Siegfried.
Oh,
Wait,
that's
no, no, they're just because like Arturia is a dragon slayer, kind of. The dragon slayers in Fairy Tale kind of reacted to her being there.
ah.
Yeah, because of the red dragon or something. Let's see now. Oh, at one point, Abigail also makes an appearance in one of the mini games. Oh, and Merlin
Williams.
too. Merlin was a fun one because after the Lucy fight with the hair girl, he basically kidnaps the girl with the hair magic.
Flair. Oh, I love Flair.
Yeah,
Man,
yeah,
I wish
Flair.
she joined Fairy Tale so badly.
Yeah, she deserves better. I love her so much.
Yeah, trying so hard, trying so.
Yeah.
Hmm. So I did actually watch Fairy Tale up into the Magic Games, and I have a very
Yeah.
complex relationship with it because, like, I did love it, and to me,
Mm-hmm.
it peaked with Jalal as well, at least as like villains and some characters go. Admittedly, I don't love the arc entirely because I think there's his other friends and the villains are kind of boring. But I do like
Yeah.
I loved the whole thing with Jalal. And then
Mm-hmm.
w- the show, as a lot of people talk, like the show kind of just went downhill for one reason or another. And like many others, the Fairy Magic Games was kind of my breaking point. But like even with like the way it starts, there's still some much like that one makes me angry. There's still so much I love about that arc and the show. I just feel like I
Yeah.
always tell people like if you can, I know how some people are with like story and like character death, etc. And like if you can like handle accepting like yes, not that many characters die in Fairy Tale and
Mm-hmm.
still feel emotional, then you're gonna have a great time because I love that saying that feels like Fairy Tale, the saddest anime where literally no one died. It gets
Just the villains, maybe.
yeah like it gets you like it really does. Like, there's some powerful moments like a
Yeah.
Nazi's old oof, Nazi's old girlfriend uh before Lucy showed up like
Sana?
that yeah Lasana like that hurt like that whole thing where you found like yeah
Yeah.
like there was another girl she died. You're like wait what happened and then like they tell you do you like bit by bit what happened like
Mm-hmm.
why each of them how each of them reacted and like essentially got nerfed because of it because uh what's the big guy's name what's his name
Elfman.
yeah Elfman like the big old teddy bear like he just like essentially thanks to his trauma he couldn't really fight the way he used to anymore. Mira Jane was like one of
Yeah.
the top dogs in Fairy Tale and is his rival. She couldn't fight after like she was the whole reason that happens because like she got hurt and didn't have enough power to transform again, and she hasn't fought in since, and like changed her whole personality from that to honor her sister, and then like you finally see it come up when you like they flashback in another arc and see like she was with her when she died, and they're like that little bit where not they show Natsu at her grave after he found out what happened. He just whispers, "I miss you." I'm like, oh. And then like for an arc I generally hate where like they go to the other world and like they found it's the real her and they convince her to come back and they visit her and she finds her family at her grave because they're the only ones who didn't go. And then, like the reunion it's so good. Like I'm mad that they don't do anything with her because she's just there,
Yeah,
but
yeah. And even in fan fiction, she like sometimes
yeah.
a lot of times she just gets reduced to like a romantic rival, you know?
I thought you
I'm
meant
so
just wash the
sad about
dishes.
that.
What do you mean by well, what do you mean? Hold on a second.
Yeah.
Hold on a sec. How do I mute this? I already put the dishes and stuff away. Yeah, yeah. I threw them in the thing. Okay.
Like, yeah, I should put on some music, I think. So I go. Okay, now. How to fight again? Bad.
Okay, I'm back. Sorry about that. Okay.
Yeah?
Yeah,
Everything good?
yeah. Something just came up real quick. I took care of it.
Oh, okay.
Okay, where was it? Right, fairy tale. Like, you're like, there's so much, there's so much to love about fairy tale. Like, there's so much that just makes me angry to where I just didn't finish it. But man, just like, it's one reason why I feel like Hiro's Hiro Mishima is still making stuff, and he's like pretty vocal recently. Like he should slow down, but he doesn't want to because his goal in life is like I want to make something that can like be even more successful than Fairy Tale was one. And uh, as someone who like prefers characters over like story or world building, and very little, rarely do I care about world building at that. Yeah, I'm like no, I want him to try because even if I don't like the story of Fairy Tale or no, like I love those characters and like, I love what he's able to do. And I that sci-fi thing he did, I keep thinking like, I want to give this a shot because if I think his writing is off in a lot of places, like the character designs he does is fantastic. He does some great stuff.
Yeah, I love the characters.
Yeah. So I'm happy the if like it's not necessarily a series for me because I am now aware that apparently Fairy Tale is still going after it originally
Oh yeah.
ended. Yeah, I thought that was just like I thought it was a prequel this whole time. Like, oh, 100 year quest. Like, oh, I guess they just. In my head, I thought, oh, I guess they're doing a very old quest. That's that like no one did in 100 years. And like, no, it's a straight up sequel. Like, what? But it was over. So, like, either way, like, I'm happy. Like, it does have its audience, and they're very passionate. And someone who used to like Jill, I do hope that Hidu like finds whatever that thing he wants to do that could exceed
Yeah.
fairy tale.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so and like with fate with fairy tale is a great idea, especially because like the fantasy aspect of the series isn't
Yeah.
touched on as much as some people think. Because I don't
Yeah.
want to blame Grand Order like some people would, but like no, I get, but so a lot of people forget like no, like a big portion of the Fate series in general especially in Grand Order, because how much we get like the Greek gods is fantasy gets brought to the modern day. So like those
Mm.
guys like running into them like they're like yeah that makes sense. That makes perfect sense to me.
Yeah, there's just one problem about
Oh
this
no,
amazing fanfic though. Only one problem.
oh no,
Hasn't been it hasn't been updated in half a decade now.
oh that stings.
Yeah.
It stings every time.
I love this. Yeah. I love this fanfic to bits, but it hasn't been updated. Hi.
King and the Cook, I miss you and all year long. Uh, okay, I'm gonna try and hope this works. Okay, my next one is please work, please work. Yeah, here we go. Valkyrie flavor. Uh, so yeah, I haven't talked about it in a while. My first, no, my second fanfic ever was this anthology series called "Are You My Master?" Which, no, self-explanatory for Fate. It's
Mhm.
it's like a different. It's an anthology series for or like different masters in the Fate series, like summoning different servants like each chapter, and sometimes they get a follow-up. Like the oh, I should put summon. Yeah, I just remember I gotta like add something here real quick in a second, but I'll get to that later. And one of the those that inspired this was for Fate Extra. I wanted to do one of Hanako and the Valkyrie because of this story right here. Valkyrie Flavor was supposed to be an anthology series, and technically still is, but the first three chapters were so popular that he just stuck with it with Shiro entering into a Shiro X Valkyrie fanfic, and everyone loves it to an extent because it's the first Valkyrie fanfiction ever. Yeah, like yeah, it's like somewhat fairly new. Like they don't, it doesn't go. Unfortunately, hasn't been abandoned. Like so it hasn't been updated in a couple of years, but there's like very interesting. It's very in depth with how it does certain things. And I can get if some people don't like the direction it took because it's why it hasn't been updated. Because when I say anthology, it meant like it starts. The way it starts is like very cute. Like so, the pink one. I'm gonna butcher their names. Bird, card, turn, Shred. Yeah, her. Um, it just opens up with her like reading a book. Like all the Valkyrie just know like they're in the living room, and she's just reading a book, and she asks, just asks Shiro like, so like what is what's kissing like, or like what's a kiss in general, and he's just very confused on like what brought this up, and he gives a whole rundown about like how the Valkyrie work, the whole thing with them being essentially like connected machines or like what one of them feels or thinks the others do, and but they can turn it off every now and then if they want to, and because like their it's based off how they are when more of their, I almost called it bond stories because I'm playing a different game these days. Yeah, bonds, it's based on like their bond levels are, it's like they're a lot more open with how they are, and are so like Shiro, oh, and in a very sheer like way, he get accepts like, well, they want to, if they want this to happen, then if they want to, then I guess it wouldn't hurt to try. So I and so she goes to kiss some, but her only reference are a bunch of, but she didn't really know how it works, and the black hair one, uh Tyga Tyga made her watch like one of her quote romance movies, so she just so like right before she kissed her, she's like, I think you're doing it wrong. What do you mean? Hold on. And then she just taps her head and connects them to put like her memories of the movie in her head. So she just kisses Shiro like the girl in the movie. The girls in the movies do. Like, oh, this is so cute. So they just like all like take and the blonde one, like who's no, like she's the most serious out of the bunch, is trying to act like she's uninterested. But unlike those two, she doesn't turn the link off, so she just so she's just blushing the whole time. It's like super sweet, and like one of my favorite ways I've seen a fan fiction start a chapter. And then we get to the second part of this trilogy with its epilogue before it starts turning to what's more known for now, where they explain, or take the place of Unlimited Blade Works, where Caster blackmails Shiro into handing over the command seals for Taiga's life. And because they are Valkyrie, it's different for them. She didn't get all three of them, she got the one. And they feel like they lost a part of them because of this, and she took the blonde one. Like, I want, and like Shiro's like, yeah, and like he's all up and he's all upset with himself, much like in the Blade Works, and like uh the pink one got injured when she realized what happened, and she flew into a rage. She got hurt. They're out of sync. Like they're still linked, but like because like they don't have the other, they're out of sync, and they feel ink, and they feel like they're off their game. And they have a very sweet talk. It's an Emriid story, so happens.
Mm-hmm.
And they work up a plan together. Ren is not Ren is not here. I don't remember what happened, but I think she was hurt. So it no, now I remember. Yes, Ren gets hurt after Archer betrays her, and she's asleep. And like she was either asleep or she didn't want to come out of her room. She didn't want to force her to go. So he just promised her that he was just going to make this, but he was going to make this right and stop Caster. So he takes like the black haired one with him to like try and stop this. She fights Archer. Uh, Shiro goes downstairs. He fights Shirichiro. He gets thrown around like a rag doll. All and
As usual.
yeah, like Lonnie's in the dress, and he asks him for were there any last words. It's because they're just playing with him. and then Shiro uses a command seal to summon the other Valkyrie that he saved back at the house. House used to give her as much as mana as he could so they can keep up having both of them out and fighting at the same time because the other one's beating up Archer right outside. So she just picks Shirichiro apart and Shiro goes after Caster. And by the time Caster finally realizes what's going on, she's her noble phantasm. And, well, you know, so Caster dies in Shirichiro's arms. Uh, Shirichiro, Shirichiro dies. I was recreating the scene from the Blade Works because I do vaguely remember hearing. I got to go back and play it. I do remember hearing that Shiricho did not die in Lone Blade Works. The anime just added that to show that he really did care about her. And then we get, and then they do something like really cool because after like she kills Shiricho, Pinky like she stops and she's like that because like she's linked to the black, like her link with the black haired one got fixed at that moment, and she's confused. And she won't tell Shiro what's wrong. She just tells her to like get the other one while she sort because they need to sort something out. Then they cut back to the Archer fight, and she's like tearing him to pieces, and like she fires Ragnarok. No, Ragnarok. She fires Noble Phantasm at him. He tries to block it with Pocket. It's a spear from Odin, so he doesn't have enough of what he needs. And the scene happens from one of the Blade Works where like the Rayo Iris gets destroyed. She has everything she needs to finish him to off, and then she just hesitates, and she gets to look at his face, and she starts short circuiting because she recognizes him, and that's why like Pinky froze because like she couldn't figure out what was going on, and like and she needed the extra help to figure out was like why do I look at him and see and why look at him and see Shiro? And like they save Pinky, like she had, and the epilogue's dedicated to her, to the blonde one, just going through the motion of the fact like she was broke, like and she was broken. She should have been cast aside, like Odin did their sister when she fell for Sigurd, and they took her back anyway. So she's very confused, and it's like a very sweet epilogue to this part of the chapter. We get that to this part of the story. The next are a few I don't want to say random, but like different stories taking place over different time periods of like and he also like wanted to specify like so and that's how we got the information that so this was supposed to be like other people besides just Shiro, but he just had too much fun because it works. Like because the Valkyrie are they're machines. Shiro acts like a machine trying to become human, so they work really well together, and that's why I did the master from Fate Extra with them because if you know the twist, if you watch Last Encore, I figure it works for a similar reason when you figure out why they don't have their memories.
Yeah,
Man, man, I
I
cried.
vaguely remembered.
Yeah, so and for reference sake, Lost it's like the whole heartbreaker of Extra, like why Hanukkah was like going through all that to like get his memories and was freaking out because they just couldn't remember what was wrong or why their memories weren't coming back. Even when Rin did a test to basically kill him and said I should have fried your brain from the outside and you survived. You just said it stung. So that means you're the real you's probably been dead this whole time, which is what I am. And then Reina said, "Okay, so I did something that I figured my theory was you were disconnected, but I could fix that from in here, but I can't find your body to link it. You're not dead. You never had a body because you're an NPC. The moon cell made a mistake, and made you sentient, and that's why you don't remember anything. And Last Encore took it a step further and made a new character in the form of Deadface, who I overall think is a great character. He just not really the Hanako I know, because like
You
he's
know.
a compilation of all the rage of the people who died in the moon cell put into one body using Hanako as a reference for, and that's like, and again, like I think like that is a really great idea for a character, whether you're using Fate Extra or the Holy Grail with the other Fates. It's just he's very different from what
Yeah.
the other guy. Still a great character. Like man, it stings a little, but like I really love like this idea, and it unfortunately gets a little sad because the second act before we get to what is more known for now is Hanako. No, it takes place like different stages in Shiro's. It takes place with different stages of Shiro's life with the Valkyrie, like after leaving home with Taiga, like going on the journey, their Shiro's eventual death, and like the Valkyrie guide him um to Valhalla so they can be together again.
Aww.
And and then we get to like and because like he just couldn't help himself, like he made a third AU where Shiro becomes the bodyguard of Goldford on his way to Chaldea at the beginning of Lost Belt. And while we skip all of Lost Belt 1, this Shiro has to go through the motions of Lost Belt 2, knowing that these girls look exactly like the Valkyrie that he fell in love with. And they're not them. And it's very sad. Like, because on one hand, like, he saves Ophelia, and that's like generally sweet and like great. Like, thanks to some nonsense with Rule Breaker and some other fate magics mumbo jumbo, Ophelia survives. But
Yay.
technically,
Yeah.
yeah, me too. She's great. But technically, all the other Valkyrie go out worse than they originally did. And
Oh.
like the black hair one especially, like that hurts. Like Scotty dies peacefully. Like that fight, like man, it's like what she says to him. Like they at one point, like again, fanfic fate magic. They start getting their memories back. She's just emotional and she's upset because her sisters are dead. And when he tries to apologize, she just like lashes out, and like the last thing she says to him before she goes is, "We were better off without you," and she dies. And like, and like they work some magic around because like Gatiko is here, so like they summon their first servant after Lost Belt 2 after they get a new hideout. Shio's now still emotional, and the Valkyries show up as the first servants there, and he gets so
Oh
emotional.
no.
Yeah, and also like third completely different Valkyrie from the other sets. They don't remember anything from Lost Belt or their time as Shiro, and he tries to leave because like it's like you feel like his heart like he felt like he couldn't breathe. Everything was spinning. He just felt like I can't do this again. So he tries to leave. She's just talking to them. Notice he's leaving. Like blitzes halfway across the room to ask was there something wrong, and he just asks her to. And he just essentially begging her to just leave him alone. And like they make up in time for Lost Belt 3, which unfortunately is where the story is now on hiatus with. But man, that oh it's man that it stung like that. Just getting through Lost Belt 2 hurt, especially 'cause, like again like the Ophelia is alive, and that's great, especially because gotta they take advantage of like gotta that to have Gattaco take full effect of the almost full effect of the poison, so Ophelia has to become a temporary master and lead Caldia's servants to go into Lost Belt 3 to get the antidote. And like that's actually really cool. And Shiro gets to join in. It's just again, I just like man that journey was rough. It was so rough to get through.
Yeah, just hearing about it. Oh my goodness.
Like mm, right. And I think it was yeah, like the one that was like really getting to him was like the pink because like the pink haired one. Because she's still like upbeat when like you talk to her in Chaldea. And Lost but one, she's like a soulless machine. So like and like one point where like he's trying to like get buy time for Gattaco and the others to escape. Like he has to fight them, and like he's just having this breakdown. It's like the way she's looking at me like when and like we find like she at this for this Shiro she died before the war ended, and he said like no, and he said like that's it. It felt like it practically scarred him for life, even with the other two there. Like he never like how close everyone got, and just losing one of them, what just hurts so much. And like the blonde one died. She's the one that reason they got to feel it because it was Rule Breaker that was the final piece of the puzzle, but she's the one that scooped Ophelia off his shoulder, Schefter's shoulder. So when he swung at her, like she essentially threw her and took the full blunt of the hit, and like so she died. Like no, no. Like it's so good. Like man, it's so good. But man, it's painful. I'm glad like it got more people talking about the Valkyrie. It inspired me to do like my own thing. Of like, there's some real heavy stuff. If I get ever get the chance to write it, I want to do like a. For me, like one of the most emotional things I've ever seen in Fate is Hanako's reaction of finding out that it's not a prank or something. If you win a round in the Moon Sail Grail War, the opponent dies, and like I want to like I told us so I told myself I need that the first death Amulet to hit, especially because it's his best friend, and the reveal that he's an NPC. I want to be like very emotional, and I also so like I'm gonna split it up. So like each round they switch the Valkyries. So so I don't like okay. So who is it gonna hit the hardest with when he finds out? Because I don't think it would be better if not all of them were there, or at least then he finds out if all of them weren't there. Like no, this is good. Like for like Valkyrie fanfics, it's the first one, but this is why I call it as good as it gets. 'Cause, like this is some great stuff here, especially when they all of them show up in Chaldea. They start piecing things together. They talk to Goldfriend, and they find out like so he knew us, different version of us somehow, and that's why he won't talk to us. So they start piecing together like, do they want to talk? Do we even really want to talk to him if he's going to be that rude? It like they like and they did before the chapter ended. But man, like, it's such a journey getting to that moment. So, ooh, yeah, ooh. Okay, so I'm gonna let you go next. Ooh, this is a good one.
Yeah.
Right, I forgot one.
Now, yeah, yeah, yeah. I'm listening.
Oh no, no, no. I'll go after you. You go.
Oh, let me just open my AO3 stuff. I have so many like bookmarks. Let me just.
I still have my dress. One of the sad things about Amino is that I just getting destroyed is I deleted some of my files because I figured, well, I don't need this anymore. It's taking up space because it's on Amino, and that's going to be up forever. Oh, I was so young. It's not fair. Okay. You know what? I'll just start over.
Wait, I'm not seeing it. Give me a second. Give me a second. It's another like fate one. if you want to be exact. It's about the Knights of the Round Table, and it's super cute.
Oh.
But seem to be fine. I can't find them for some reason.
Do you remember? Do you remember enough to just talk about it while you look?
Yeah, it was basically Mordred having a no bad time because Revenge just got summoned, and he's basically trying to like get the family together because
He's instigating.
um yeah, he just he's protective over his family, and Garrus was also there, and she's also trying to get the siblings together, but Mordred is just having none of it because Mordred's Mordred.
Yeah.
Yeah, and basically she crashes out because like these knights of the round table keep like trying to get close to her, and she doesn't really know how to handle that. And so she goes to the training room and just completely demolishes a dummy, I believe.
I, oh, this sounds somewhat a comic, but I'll let you go. And, do you know? Uh, I'm not assuming you. Do you know Wolverine?
Yep,
Do you know his daughter?
I've heard of her.
Yeah, Laura Kinney, formerly known as X-23. Uh, back in 2015, yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
his cloned daughter. So they don't have the best relationship, but like but she loves him to pieces. It's just it says so. When Logan died in like 2015, I think, and like we finally got to see how she reacted to the news. She just locked herself in the danger room and just had like, the difficulty and level at like the max setting and just refused to come out and just like kept fighting, being to try and vent her frustration. And her boyfriend, a time travel, who was like time traveling, was like trying to like everyone's telling him, "Do not go in there." I have to say something, buddy. Do not go in there. So he just goes in there anyway and tries to talk to her, but she won't say anything because like she's in the middle of fight. She's in the middle of like fighting and everything. And so he keeps trying to pause. So he keeps telling the simulation to pause, and she unpauses it and keeps and starts over again. He's like, "Look, I understand that you're upset. I'm not upset. At unpause. Like I get that you're angry, but angry. I know you're hurt, but he was your father. Other, it's okay to just that like talk about that." And then she's like, "I'm sorry, hurt, hurt." Unpause. She lets one of the robots stab her in the chest, and she's like, "Does this look like I'm hurt?" And she just walks out and like, I'm and then all the and like one of her friends like, "I said don't go in there, man." I'm like, oh, Laura. Uh,
I, yeah.
oh, the little idiot. Uh, Aggie. Right, he never came out.
Yeah. Yeah, I can't seem to find it. It might be that the author actually deleted it.
Yeah.
I wish it wasn't because I just love the anything with the Knights of the Round Table in general, and especially that like the uh wait, what are the Orkney? Yeah, the Orkney children.
Oh yeah, right.
Uh,
like that's one of the reasons I love their guiding light so much. It's does such a great job of being about the round table without changing too much about what made Lost Belt 6 so special. Okay, like Benny's still very much the main character, but it's also like about just as much as the other about the other round table members too. And it's like a great use of changing how the story
Yeah.
works, but it enhances the original in every way. Even if like so like yeah, so we don't get to see the round table makeup in the game, which is like great for people like don't want unnecessary drama. But for me and but for me, it's or I was like I wanna show the drama so I can make a story out of it,
Yeah.
and it was great. Even if using the power of the fanfic to so like a lot of people really like a lot of people really like Saber Lancelot. So he turned Berserker Lancelot into Saber Lancelot. We're like we're gonna perform say we're doing an experiment to try the first class change. So if this works, then we don't have to use the restraints on Berserker Lancelot anymore. And we got Saber Lancelot. Like, yeah, yeah, that's my goat. That's my goat. I feel bad I don't remember his face.
Yeah, I don't think that I'm gonna find it.
I'm sorry.
But just know, they were such like, sweet siblings to Mordred. They're
Oh,
trying their best. Wait, that reminds me of another thing. But um um it's I think Lancelot and Tristan like making bets on what's under Mordred's um the armor
I
back when they were still alive.
I think SJ told me about that.
Ooh, yeah, Esther might know.
No, all I know is that he's somewhere on Reddit, but I don't want to go on Reddit.
Yeah,
But I miss him
me
a lot.
neither.
I miss him a lot, but I don't want to go there. Leave this man alone.
I wonder if I can find it.
Shoot, I was just there. What am I doing?
I think something about the. I think at one point of that particular fic, Agravain thought that Lancelot or Tristan was like mystically interested in Mordred, and so he got like really aggressive about it.
Okay, so I'm going to shoot. Where is it? Yeah, you know what? I'll do my first. Where is it? I'm going to take a break from Fate and talk about this one. Okay, let's hope this works. My first. This is one of the first fanfics I've ever read on fanfiction.net called it's a Soul Calibur fanfiction called Camping is Funnier with Friends. And it's very different on this list because it's the first crack fanfiction, as the kids used to call it. It's like uh very like it's one of those things like a very out there Elseworld thing where it's just the writer just wants to have fun with making random nonsense with these characters, and I love it. It's like
Oh,
so for like
he loves.
yeah. So for those of you who don't know Soul Calibur, Nightmare is essentially the main villain of the entire verse, and Tira, which people used to compare to Harley Quinn obsessively, so is like his right hand. She's was originally depicted as having a being very bipolar, where sometimes she'll act like very jolly and goofy about killing people, and the other one where it and where she's like all gloomy and violent. And then stuff happened, and it's been rebooted, and it after a previous that now it's a flat out split personality. And the for well, not a lot of the story isn't relevant for this because it takes place during the modern day. It's enough for you to get on like just what makes this so funny because like these two psychopaths just decide to go on a dumb camping trip in the style of a goofy movie, and they just run into like the lovebirds of the series, Keelik and Somina, and they just can't get away from them. Like they go on a drive, and they realize like it's a couple. Just hope you guys are going to get comfortable back there because it's going to be a couple of hours. On second thought, we can walk. No, 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 no. We insist. No, really, we can walk. We can really walk. No, we insist. Just shove massive, this massive demon-looking knight in armor of this girl covered in scars in a car and just drive off into the sunset, sing random songs and talking gibberish. And when they finally get out, they start praying and kissing the ground because they're so happy to be free. It's, it's like everything I love about like a fanfic that just where like they just have to get to goof around and have fun. I love it. It makes me laugh every time I read it. Man, I love Soul Calibur.
Yeah, I can tell. I'm not that well. I'm not really a Soul Calibur fan. I don't know anything about it. But from what you said, yeah, it sounds fun.
Yeah. It, the actual series can be unfortunately be like very it's
Dark.
all dark. I'm assuming you don't really know Tekken stuff either, but I'm convinced it is like a secret prequel to Tekken. I have nothing to back this up. I
Oh.
just think it is. It's because there's a few very interesting similarities between some of the characters, and like the whole reason, huh?
No, no, no. It's alright. Continue, continue.
There's super like random comparisons, the tech like one of the things about Tekken is like there's these things about the Mishimas and the Kazamas having this cursed blood in them, and that is like prevalent in two ways. The essential main character of the game that put the series on ice was the Alexanders, where like this girl named Sophitia who went from being a baker to a fighter to a parent, and like she like and like the main characters of that game were her kids, and they and like they what her daughter quite literally had like demon sword shards shoved into her chest when she was an infant to keep her alive after a whole bunch of cursed magic nonsense happened. And the other connection, like to like the Kazamas and them that I just tinfoil hat on is this girl named Ivy, and Ivy is she looks a certain way, so a lot of people don't. I don't not they don't want to say they don't take her seriously. It's just like it's one of those don't judge a book by its cover because there's like a game made for like the PS2. So you know how like care in like the hundreds. So you know how like some of the female characters used to
Oh,
look,
yeah.
dress, and act, and Ivy is no exception. Here's the image just for you to get that and the whiplash on what I'm about to drop on you. Ivy has a lot of baggage because of her actual cursed blood, because of the character that started the entire series is a man named Chavantes. He was a pirate who was just so full of greed he took a demonic sword named Soul Edge and was set out to like conquer the entire world. Everyone was scared of him. Sophitia and this ninja named Taki took him down, and he this led to Nightmare being created. And it led a these special type of demons called Malfested who get corrupted by the sword, and a lot of people are after Ivy and Malfested because Cervantes is her father. So like every time like someone's suffering in the world, Ivy has that reminder that like it's not her fault, but in her eyes, it's her fault because her father did all this, and and he doesn't even really view her as his daughter. Like because like she was adopted by a different family after he like cast her aside, and like her family like died because like how messed up the world is because of her birth father's actions. And every time he like sees her, he acts like this weird, creepy, like mummy demon lord thing, and where he just uh, and he refers to her as a vessel because if he were like kill and absorb her, then he would like get a portion of the old power he has back, and she just wants to kill him to make up for all the suffering he caused. So like when the reboot finally has them like fight again, like the fight again, it's like oh like man, this is so good. Is the unfortunate thing about Ivy is like she's should on paper be one of the most important characters in the series, but she doesn't really get to do much in the series. Like the game that put it on ice was Soul Calibur 5. She has like two scenes, and like, you find out for an art book and the reboot that so apparently like Ivy was like researching that she was immortal the entire time up to the fifth game, and she's trying to find a way to like stop all this stuff from happening, but like they never went into it. Like that, that's one reason why I want the reboot to actually come back and do something. Like she's such an interesting character, but like no one really like looks into her like that. And so,
I know how that feels.
oh, let's see. Side still cover. I think we got like two left.
Oh, and I found the name of the one where Lancelot and Tristan were fooling around.
Uh,
It's called Wouldn't You Like to Know, Night Boy?
yeah, yeah, that's the Mordor fan fiction.
Yeah.
That's the Mordor
Yeah.
fanfic if I ever heard one.
Yep. Oh, and right above it, I got to one that I almost forgot existed, but I really, really love. It's impromptu adoption for dummies, a guide to taking care of kids you didn't know existed. It's the Arturia. Just I'm just gonna read out the summary, but it's basically Arturia isn't suited to raising children. But between her and Morgan, there's no question about who would be worse. And besides, they clearly have nowhere else to go. AKA a short piece of immersion AU of Arturia adopting the Orkney siblings. So right off the bat, you can kind of see why I like it so much.
Yeah,
Oh,
I'm just laughing. Okay, so what to do next? Okay, actually, which one's first? Should I talk about first? Fade, that's longer. Yeah. Right. Mm. Sure, I'll do this one first. I don't know how to pronounce it properly though, so I'm just gonna like leave it on screen. Oh,
wait! I found it.
uh,
I think I found it.
ah, hold on. Let's
Give me
go.
a second. Give me a second. I need to. Yep, It's the one. It's the one. It's the one.
Let's
It's
go.
called Family Reunited.
Let's go. Let's go.
So happy.
Yeah, congrats.
Oh boy. Oh, it's a three-parter.
Uh,
It's a three-parter. A trilogy about like Mordred and Artoria. Oh my goodness. I'm sending this to you. I'm absolutely sending this to you. Give me a second.
okay.
Oh, you're gonna love this.
Should be good.
oh, oh, there you are. Come on, phone. There we go. The one I the one I was talking about is the second part of this. Oh yeah. Oh, I am so happy.
I'm happy for you.
Think this again to make sure.
Okay, so this one is going to be a bit of me yapping to try and like explain everything, but it's another crossover.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I don't know how to pronounce this properly, but it's a Marvel vs. Capcom fanfic in particular.
Ooh.
So this is based off of the popular ship at the time of Iron Man and Morgan Aslan from the Darkstalkers. And
Interesting.
more for people who don't know, Morgan's a succubus, and a a special type of succubus, but a succubus nonetheless. And the idea for what we get from the first chapter, and I'm going to be reading he the last thing the author did before they dropped from the face of the earth was rewrite the first two chapters. I remember the original first two, so I'm going to be going off my memory for those. And we were told that Morgan and Tony really hit it off after the ending of the third game where they beat Galactus. So they were essentially dating, but they never made it official. And it's Iron Man and Morgan. So, stuff happens. And like they just generally really enjoyed each other's company. When we're like every now and then Morgan would just show up at his place unannounced, getting through his security because magic. Heck, just to spook him. Like a ton I bet they very much loved references. One time he was just, there, like minding his business, and then she just shows up like behind him. He didn't realize she was there because again, magic, so security's not working. So she just hugs him. So she just hugs him to scare him. Jumps back. He's like startled, thinking someone broke into his place because billionaire. So he like gets his Iron Man, turns like one of his Iron Man suits and shoots a hole through his very expensive couch, and just laugh.
Oh
And they just
goodness.
stare at what happened. They just both start laughing,
Oh.
and like so they really like each other. And then we get like the whole plot of the thing. Like Maureen just shows up one day, and it's very clear that she wants something, but she won't tell Tony what's up. Just making small talk, and then she like all talk, and then he sees this girl next to her who has
Oh.
like next to her who has like uh looks like her, but like her dress is red. Sorry, her leggings are red. Her top is blue, pink hair. Anyone will know this as Lilith Aslan, who normally is depicted as Morgan's sister. younger sister. It's a bit more complicated than that, but for the sake of argument, she's her sister. And in the story, this Lilith that we are meeting is not that Lilith, but she is Morgan's daughter with Tony because de- reasons demons age faster. So she's generally Tony's daughter. And he's so stunned, he got back from it, so he just passed out while Lilith's trying to hug him, and he falls on top of a glass table. And and all morning just thinks like, this reminds me of that couch that she blew up that one time. He was just so happy to see me. Like, oh my goodness. And like the MCU was like,
Why?
and this is and like the story, and it just keeps going because like the other superheroes show up, and like Spider-Man drops in because like he wants to talk to Iron Man about like random nonsense. He picked a very bad time because Lilith and Morgan are still there because like they just fought off a bunch of demons because in most media half demons and half humans aren't viewed too highly, so a bunch of them are after Lilith, and they just got like done fighting a bunch of them. Morgan was like taking a bath when they showed up, so she wasn't in the best mood. So about to take another bath, and she sees Spider-Man, just waves at him and says hi, and leaves. And Peter's just like stunned. He's like, I think he's like, what's she doing here, and why is she naked? Look, Peter, that's not why I asked you to be here. I gotta talk to you about something. And then like Lilith shows up, and she up, and she is up, and like Spider-Man's in, and like and like she like really takes liking to really takes liking to Peter, and like she's like, hey, so Tony, who's the kid? This is my daughter. What? Your daughter. Your what? My daughter. Your what? Peter, please. Yeah. And like so he like takes like, look, just get her out of the house for a bit so me and Morgan can figure some stuff out. So he just takes his car and drives off somewhere. And drives off somewhere, and he calls the Avengers, and he calls the Avengers and like okay, I'm gonna call Steve and just break him down one by one what's going on, and like they hear, so some stuff happens, and I have and with me and a demon, so I have a kid now, and I need your help to I need you to help me find Strange so we can figure some. Whoa, 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 whoa. What? And like Wasp shows up, Doors, Wasp shows up, Hawkeye and a few others there, and it's like, Jarvis, I thought this was a private call. You said it says a private call. Oh, you said to make a call to Steve Rogers, not to make a private call with Steve Rogers. So all the Avengers just like, but just start eavesdropping, and it's like, I'm sorry, you have a kid, and Steve and Captain America, like Mr. Marvel Superman, just goes, everyone, please give the man the time to explain that he has a daughter. Dead silence. They all start laughing. Hulk like turns back to Banner, and Banner peels over, and yeah, it's like I gotta leave. It's like she's like, guys, I gotta tell Thor this. He's gonna lose it. Like, please don't. And like some deep like a Spider meets up with some Capcom characters in for like Chun Li and Dante from Devil May Cry, and like they fight some demons at the mall, and more Lilith finds out that Spider Man is that Spider-Man's Peter Parker because like demon logic, they smell the same, and she thinks Spider-Man's like the coolest ever because he has powers. So she sees Peter again out of costume. She just keeps staring at him, and, and she's like, and there's something like how old this fanfic is. So like, as she's whispering like, "Hey, can you take her off my hands for a bit? Why? She's giving me the Jonas Brothers eyes, and I don't like that." Yeah, like they're this old boy band back in like the 2000s. Like this old boy band like called like the Jonas Brothers. I think they were like Disney or Nickelodeon, one of the two. And like all the girls like loved those guys. So I was like, so like I just went to the comment. So I just went to the comments and like viewers like, not the Jonas Brothers eyes. Like, unfortunately, just never got to finish. But like, man, it was fun. It's like, yeah, just
Yeah,
like any cross, I just love watching characters just show up and just talk about random nonsense to each other. And like, at one point, Spider-Man just like, I want to be, I want to get away. Very Spider-Man thing, like, I just want this to wrap up so I can get away from these people. They're driving me insane.
yeah, that's a move.
Uh, okay, do you have another one?
Hmm. There. Wait, no. I saw the. I thought I did, but then I remembered I've already done that one. The Resident Evil one.
Oh, right. Yeah, you did.
Yeah.
Now, this one I view as one of the most inspirational Fate fanfics for me personally, because while Fragments of Chaldea is like the Fate Grand Order fanfic, I think this to show its age, this was like the Fate Stay Night fanfic for a while with how old it was, and it technically it didn't finish in its original way because the author straight up decided to cancel it because he got a little bored with the project. But so and said, if anyone ever wants to pick it up, be my guest, and they did. This is Nerve Damage, the very first fan fiction to really introduce the idea of one servant, like one master summoning multiple servants. Where Shiro, like Shiro has 27 circuits. I believe the norm is 20 circuits, and that's like people's logic on why they try and make Shiro a bit more busted in some fanfics because they Natsu being Natsu added that detail since Stay Night and then never really did anything with it. And so people like to do the idea like, okay, what if Shiro could find a way to like do something crazy? And this one takes that and like really amps up to 11 before all those others even attempted by even like introducing two new variables to the equation. One, a different mage who is never named trains Shiro instead of Kritsugu. And two, he has like I think 120 circuits instead of the original 27. Then and I get also showing his age is a there's like a chain he has like a chainsaw sword.
What? What?
I think it was like either a chainsaw sword or a sword made out of chains. It was one of the two. But like either way, like so like again the thing that just makes it very fun is so when Shiro's no, he's getting like trounced around by Ku like normal, and then like he reached the circuit, sorry, the circle, the whole thing song dance happens, and four sabers pop out. Sab Blue Saber, Saber Lily, Saber Alter, and Red Saber. And
Oh,
like they're
oh,
all like
it's
art
definitely showing his age.
yeah, and they're all like beefing, like they're very confused, except Lily, because
Oh,
because she's just staring, 'cause, like they're confused what's going on. She's just staring at Shiro being hurt, and then she just looks at Lance out the outside the shred, and it's just it's that's like it's and she just like and she just asks the question. I'm sorry, I know you're very confused. Did you use that circle over there? Did you use that circle over there? And then they like Lancer accidentally opens his big mouth, and they all jump from the except Lily. And he's talking to like Berserk's still alive. So he's talking to Berserk like, "What's going on, Lancer? What's going on over there? Why do you sound like you're struggling?" There's four sabers right now. What do you mean? There's four of them? The guy I was going to kill was a master. He summoned four of them. That shouldn't be possible. You're running, right? No, I'm trying. There's too many of them. So he just leaves because like the sabers can't work together properly. So then Rin shows up and they just like and I think like one of the funniest bits in the whole story is like all the sabers are like all the servants are like in one room while staring daggers at each other, including Archer. And Shirin's trying to like interrogate Shira to figure out what's going on. And she felt like and she's getting more upset than she was originally because Shiro is a genuine novice and he got a saber. And he got a saber class servant, the strongest class. Here, he's as her she's frustrated because like this guy on paper should be a monster, but he doesn't realize how good he has it, and he summoned four servants, and they're all sabers. She's getting upset, and she's like, she's like, how much like, wait, you can manually control how much mana you put in servants? Yes. Yes, you can. Oh, I guess that explains it. How much have you been using this whole time? I don't know. Maybe like 20%? Maybe like she gets so mad she tries to lunge over the table and strangle him. And Nero just comes out of her like comes out of her shadow form and just grabs Rin from the back of the head and slams her into the table. And claiming it was self-defense, everyone like jumps back because no one noticed Nero was invisible the whole time. And she's the only saber that can because she's the only one who's not. So they just run in there hearing noise and they see Ren, like her standing over Ren. Like Shiro jumps back, is just smiling. He's like, well, what? Aren't you gonna praise me for saving you? Like, and that's like, like, yeah, this is old, but that's Nero. That's Nero to a T. It's so funny. Like, and the other thing, like the story was praised for, like it's very creative with its fights because even though Ilya, like Berserker, gets very, they don't win in a way, I guess, but Hercules is getting overwhelmed, and even like he has this pelt from he got this pelt with him, and he like rips it off and throws it when he just sees all the sabers, and it turns into the lion he wrestled in the legend. Nero's there. And as you know, as you know, Nero, like one of her most proud moments that she just loves to brag about is one time when she wanted to prove she was just as strong as Hercules. So she wrestled a lion while nude and she won. And when they all see like
Oh
the
yeah, I
huge
remember
lion, when they all see the Cerberus that he just summoned that looks like a lion, she freezes. Like they're all like getting in battle stance and it's like they're moving to fight Berserker. Shiro tries to step back with like and like okay, like Ren's telling him like get to safety, and he sees Red Saber is not moving. So he like pushes Ren out the way, grabs Nero, and tries to run. Nero won't budge, and she sees she's smiling. She pushes Shiro into Ren's arms, drops her sword, and jumps at the lion and tackles it into the woods and starts wrestling it. And everyone's just like, "You just the very second the lion showed up, I knew it was gonna happen," and she's just trying to prove and like everyone's confused, like trying to like work together. Like Ilya's confused why there's so many servants and why they're all working for Shiro. Ren's still upset. Archer is thinking like, I mean, do I really need to be here? But he also doesn't want. He also really wants to shoot at Shiro. Like all the crates going down, and then and then Nero emerges with like making a big announcement, reciting the poem from play where Hercules like bests the lion. And she's like, there, I've done it. Once again, I've proved I am strong as Hercules. I truly am the greatest, aren't I? And everyone just stares. And then, and the moment where a lot of people felt like the story was getting a bit too convoluted, and I do understand what Cross was going for, is quite literally, Agra says it's going to get too boring if only one person has four servants. So multiple people got extra command, like got they felt like there was a shift, and so like they weren't pouring like the conditions on how much magic they pour into servant felt off. Shiro having four servants already and having so many magic circuits didn't feel anything, so he didn't notice. But Ren, like the following day, like asked, like they were doing their meeting, and then she's about to leave, like, "Hey, Emmy, can I ask you something personal?" Was like, "What? What?" And then she just lives in his ear, like, "Do you feel different? Like, what do you mean?" like magic wise, do you feel different? Like, I don't think so. Why? Do you? He just like was quiet for a bit, thought to herself, said it's nothing, and she leaves. And then we find like and L- Luvia like was like at the end of the chapter was like crying because she was became a master because she was so happy. Uh, Waver, I think, got command seal. Yes, Waver got command seals and was summoned to like go to Japan to deal with the Grill War. So he went back just because he didn't really care about winning. At one of his first instinct was like, I just want to see Ryder again. So he
Oh
goes. And like there's this OC, I don't remember his name. He's like the butt of the joke for his entire family. His only real trick is he can make living statues out of these gargoyles. And he got the seals instead of anyone else in his family. So they got mad and told him to hand them over. Like he was like, no, like this is my chance to prove myself. And like we can like, and when he realized that they weren't going to take him seriously, he threatened to just take his own arm, and destroy the command seals altogether. Or, but like they need to agree to give him the family crest as, and he'll win the grill war for them. And after like they realized he wasn't lying, they took the deal. Hold on a sec. Yeah. Okay, back. He got the crest, and he got the crest, and he was like trying to imagine like, who do I summon? What do I summon? Okay, assassins? No, they're good at assassinations. I don't think any assassins. Maybe a caster. Like I'm not the best mage in the family, so a caster would definitely help me. But what if a saber? If I'm so lucky to get a saber, oh, that's gonna be amazing. They're gonna lose it if I get a saber. And he makes a chant, and he gets Jack the Ripper.
my goodness.
And like he's a little disappointed. He's really disappointed to like a little disappointed because like he got a kid, Jack the Ripper. Like Jack the Ripper. That is not good. That if she's dead serious, I don't understand how that works, but it's not good for me. Maybe I can work with this. And like his dad's like upset because like you're telling me we went through all that trouble. You got a command seal and you came and summoned a decent servant. You summoned a child. Jack tries to kill his dad. He like, I hate him, but I need him, and it's gonna be really bad if he dies right here. And he like calms Jack down. And then the thing lights up again because like Agra made the adjustments at and it's already, and he gets again showing the story's age. He gets Napoleon.
Oh my.
It's not like an Archer Napoleon, but not Grand Orders Napoleon because this is a very old story. So he's like short. He talks a different way than our Napoleon. He's not our Napoleon. So but and then we also and Louis Bazert is desperate. She's and same for Kook. Like they're like they're missing all of this. They're still thinking like, how the heck do we fight four sabers? Like I could help. It's gonna be really risky though, because I don't know if she can take four of them. Like okay, so we're gonna have to like. So she's like, okay, this is dumb. This is stupid. But what if we just try summoning another servant? It's like, and like so they make a circle. He helps with the adjustments because like the tricks Skaha taught him. And like, Lance, are you sure about this? Not sure. But I can't beat all four of them. Yeah, I guess you're right. So she adds the blood. They do the chant, and she summons a caster, and it's Skaha. Again, very old story. The real Skaha. This is only enough for us to get the information on how she acted, not before Granner showed up. It's the real Scott. He's so and he panics immediately. She's like, no, 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 no. Oh, Centena, since it's you. Just Cententa, it's you. Like, oh no. And she attacks him immediately. And she calms him down like, And like Berserk calms her down, takes off the glove to show the command. She's like, "No, you're my servant. He's my servant. You're both my servant." It's very confusing. I don't get how it works. I'm breaking a lot of rules, probably, but you're both with me. Just let him go, please. And and uh, the coolest moment, like one of the cooler moments, and the reason I said the whole chain sword thing with Shiro is a little confusing, is Shinji, did Shinji things. Well, and they made up the agreement. They're going to cause way too much of a scene, and way too much damage is going to happen if they keep going in four pairs. Only Nero can go in her shadow form, so they go one at a time and just take it from there. And funny, again, the funny irony of this is they don't know everyone else is summoning multiple servants too, but overall it is a good idea. So they go out on patrol. So Shiro and Nero go out on patrol. They catch Shinji killing a woman, and because Shiro had a different mentor who like edged him on over the idea like sometimes you have to take a life to save another one, and like he just and so like he just takes care. He's like knocking Shinji around. So Nero with like all this magic is going to town on poor Medusa. You're like she's copying the other Saber's abilities. She's copying Ryder's, and like there's just so much heat emitting from her noble phantasm. She can't think of a way to get close. So she's her own noble phantasm and to stay in the air. Then she's like, I don't know. So like, and starts trying to like do the math in her head. Like, okay, what will it take for me to just hit her hard enough once to wrap this up? Because I'm probably gonna get one shot at this, and I don't know what her defenses is like. And she did start thinking she doesn't have the mana to do it either. And then just now, out of nowhere, as she said that, she got a surge of mana like Sakura's her master instead of Shinji using the book. And she starts thinking what just happened, and then she realized Shinji died, and she leaves immediately. And they cut to Shiro, and like Shiro's like, and he like has him pinned, and think with like the sword, and think, and it, like he's like begging, it's like any of plays, and Shiro's thinking like, I can't just forget what you did, but like he just can't bring himself to do it. Shinji reaches for the book and like tries to strike him. He hits him, but the whole like it only people say the shadows are very weak to where even like Shiro with a couple days training from Saber can just brush it off. So it didn't really do anything. So in a heat of a moment, he just accepts in his mind there's no saving him, even if we were friends, and he stabs Shinji and he dies. And uh, he feels sicker after going through the motions because he just took us for his life. Nero shows up and comforts him. They just call it quits on the whole patrol and go home. Nero told the others what happened, and so they give him some space and help him feel better in their own way. Even Saber Alter helps out by just they all listen to him when he just asks, can they just stay in their own rooms and just for this night. Except for Alter, she just sneaks in his room and just holds his hand and falls asleep next to him. I was like, "Aw." Like he wakes up and she just mumbles, "Just don't say anything." And and then he hugs her and they fall asleep. And then we get and then it's a little Sakura's portion is a little confusing because I don't actually remember who she summoned. But when Sakura gets like the juice back to let her know that, oh oh no, Shinji's dead. Uh, the old man pieced together immediately. Yeah, so something's going on. We can summon multiple servants, and Shinji just died. So guess what that means? And he forces her to summon another servant. I don't remember who she was. I think she was supposed to be an assassin, but she takes one look at Sakura and she's disgusted because whatever is up with her eyes, maybe she's a one of those divine servant, and but she can see the worms and she can tell something's wrong. And does and does a whole fate magic mumbo jumbo that's total with a discount rule breaker that she's like taking a really good look at her, and like Sakura and Medusa are just trying to explain everything. And she said, and like she just like looking at them up and down in silence, and she just jams her her fist into Sakura's chest, and like Ryder tries to jump her, and like she just like holds her back, and she just tells Sakura to breathe and to let it happen. And like her hand starts glowing, and like the worm starts spilling out of the hole, and the old man's dying, and he dies, and Sakura's free. She just dries her hand, so she dries her hand out. The heal fixes the wound so she doesn't die, and she's good. And then and she throws Ryder across the room to get her off her. Right, Medusa grabs Sakura to get some distance between them, asking her is she okay, and she's just crying because the voices are finally gone. On
Yay!
one of the unfortunate things were like the story was abruptly canceled right when like everything was getting really juicy with all the servants matching up everywhere.
Mm.
Is I don't remember what, but again I don't remember who the servant was, but she was a warrior. She wanted to fight. So when she calls off, Soccer calls her off once because like Shiro, it's still daytime. Like Shiro wants to talk to Sakura and see how she's holding up because there's no in his life, there's no way she doesn't know that Shinji's dead. He's gonna make up some excuse, so he just brings Blue Saber with him to try and figure something out as they're out. And Medusa lays her down in her bed, and then they hear like a noise outside. It's still like broad daylight, and she just attacks Shiro and Saber, and Sakura run out, and she calls her off once, and she just loses it. Like she's like so battle hungry. Like she's like, I saved you, and this is how you repay me. Like, and I was like, girl, hold on. It's just the one fight. It's just this one guy. It's just these two. You'll hold on a sec. And she, but the story abruptly ends with like a everyone's there. I do remember. Uh, right. Luvia gets Lancelot, someone else, and Merlin. Like everyone's scared because like Berserker Lancelot is no a berserker. He's freaking out, and Luvia, Luvia like backs up trying to like figure out how to get him under control. She looks at her command, still thinking, I have to use it already. And before she does, also being confused because in her eyes, that I thought that this isn't supposed to happen. Merlin puts his on her. Merlin puts his hand on grabs her palm and tells her not to motion her not to. Says a bunch of random Merlin gibberish. It's like that reminds me, Merlin, knock it. Hey Lancelot, knock it off, you old coot. Taps his finger on the table and just cast a spell, and Lancelot just stops. The helmet comes off, and like he puts a type of seal on the madness enchantment thing, and Lancelot can talk normally. And like the I don't remember who the third party was. Like he was all confused, like what's going on. And Livia was just on a high, thinking like I have three servants, including the Merlin and a knight of the Round Table. I'm amazing. He's like no,
Only
oh,
Olivia.
oh,
No.
oh, honey, no, oh, honey. I mean, yes, you hit the jackpot, but no. And and one of the last couple of fights is Luva's whole party jump Scott.
Nice.
And it's
Haha, so
yeah, and it's said on TV tropes, it leads like and feels like and someone said leading to one of the coolest trope reveals in a fan fiction in a fan fiction. Behold the power of two hands. Like she's like casting spells with one hand while using her staff as a spear in the other. And like when she realizes she's outnumbered and that she's fighting Merlin, Lolo Knight of the Round Table, she just laughs to herself drops the staff, and starts casting ruins in both hands, jumping around everywhere. Like, wait, what? And like that's how she evens the playing field. Well, the fight unfortunately never really has an ending, and it abruptly ends with like Team OC with a Jack. Him and Jack are catching the town. Uh, Napoleon wants to see the sights and everything. Rin is realizing that she can summon a second servant and is trying to figure out what to do. And as Napoleon is like looking out to the sunset, getting the grand tour, Gilgamesh walks up to him, and the story ends on the cliff, and the entire fic ends on the cliffhanger. Like, dang. Like, as someone who hates Gilgamesh's guts, like, dang. If that was any other child, that'd be a dang good cliffhanger. But that's a painful cliffhanger to cancel your story on. Yeah. And
Yeah.
I don't envy the person who picked it up. I believe it's still going, but I haven't read it. But I don't envy him because much like this very old fic where someone used replaced Arturia with Okata, they did that story before Okata was revealed in the Fate series. So Okata's an old man. So I don't envy this guy because he's doing it with Grand Order being what it is now. This was made before Grand Order.
Yeah.
So like the fact like you got to start your story off with Napoleon meeting Gilgamesh, and you can't use Grand Order Napoleon as a reference because he looks, acts, and we're told fights so differently from him. It's like, oh no, oh I don't envy you, man. I do not envy you. Yeah, it's like if someone were to pick up a Fragments of Chaldea, and it's like, oh yeah, like so, that could totally happen. Like this one's just a bit harder because how much older it is, and you can't use Grand Order. 'Cause, like so many characters are different from their Grand Order counterparts. You can't change them. But I do know like that is very interesting because that Rin is the last master who never summoned their servant. So you get to play with whoever Rin summons. Like that sounds really fun. And I don't even like Rin that much. But that's like a
Those are the- I, on the other hand, love Ren, so who knows? Maybe I'll pick this one up.
yeah, yeah, like that are yeah, who knows? Maybe it could be like a I don't know, a red versus blue or ruby thing where like multiple different people can like do their own different takes on how to continue this fanfic.
Mm-hmm.
Like, nah, but like, there's some great funny moments. And there's some really creative action pieces, which are like I think is the real shame on how the story was canceled because like even with Shiro's very weird sword and how creative it was, and all I know is that it's super, it's super 2000s with its age. It's
Yeah.
it's really good. There's this one interaction I think is unfortunately aged for the worst because in 2000s, the Sabers are trying to no convince Shiro to let them all stay with him for the night. Right? Like, most fanfic like happens in the original thing. Shiro's trying to convince like guys and girls can't sleep together. Please just let other and there's not even enough room there's not even enough room in there for all four of you to sleep comfortably. They're like they're insisting because like, safety first and whatnot. And uh, whatnot, like really prying and are and the that's all fine. And then Alter opens her mouth, and again, she has this age, and she just asks, straight up asks Shiro, "Is he gay?" And it's a two that it's again. This was like in like the late 2000s, so it was made at a different time. So it drags for a bit, and he just caved and said, "Fine, you can stay." It's like it's the most awkward. It's the most awkward interaction in the thing, unfortunately. But, like again, very much your terms. It's because Alter says it. That's like, oh no. I there is another fanfic that is similar to it that is very easy to mistake it for, but I don't think the other thing I can't remember if it was this one or that one. They were all, I think that was called the Four Sabers or something, right? One of them where they all trade stories on what happened and why they're here. And I don't remember who it was. I didn't like the explanation on, so how do they deal with the whole Camelot falling thing? Okay, that could have been this one. I remember. Yeah, that one explained like, yeah, for them Camelot didn't fall. Like Lily was just so good and pure, like it didn't happen. And Alter, so like yeah, like Mordred and everyone was so scared of her it didn't happen. I was like, I don't believe you. Look, and I was like, look, Lily, I love you. I don't believe you. And again, like fan fiction, you can do your own thing, you can have fun. And it just felt like because of how much of it was there at the time, you're trying to say a certain thing, and I don't like it, and I don't like it as much, and I don't like what you're trying to say. And I remember, yes, the Berserker fight ends because Excalibur Morgan was fired, and like all the other Arturias got really mad at her when they saw what she did to Excalibur. And like she didn't explain what happened. All she just said was, "I have no regrets." And like even like Lily was getting heated, and she didn't even have it yet. I could like just from like what she was implying. Like that other one, like again, like you're free to do your own fanfic. Just for my own personal critique, I like okay, you guys, girls, you're asking for me to trust you right now to say like, yeah, like I was so good and Margaret was so scared she just didn't rebel. Like you're asking me to trust you, and I can't do that because I don't trust you. uh, but man, like more. I think my favorite funny moment was either Nero slamming Ren to the desk because it came out of nowhere. I was legit reading it for the first time. I'd never pieced together that Nero wasn't there with the other servants, or Nero just reenacting the feat because she wanted to impress Hercules. and like, for like Argument Master, I told myself like I wanted to tackle on some of the stuff and extra that most people unfortunately ignore, and like I want to show Nero being excited that the other servant is her idol, but also a little nervous because like knowing it's Hercules, she doesn't know how to beat him unless she uses her noble phantasm. But if she does that, then they'll know who she is. And in the original extra, Nero was a little sensitive about uh people, at least the people she loves, knowing it's her because she doesn't. If it's someone she knows, it hurts so much more. Right? Like that's yeah, like so when she tells you in like the original extra, she's so like after like nerfing Lee, she's like, even with the aid of Rene, I don't think we can defeat that assassin. So I'm gonna tell you the name of my noble phantasm so you can think of a strategy for tomorrow. And she tells him the name. And it's like, wait, that means I told you what I wanted to say. I'm going to sleep. Please don't talk to me about it until the fight's over. I'm not in the mood. Like, oh, Nero. Well, but yeah, like nerve damage is a real piece. It's a real piece of Fate fanfic history. I hold it in such high regard for what it was able to do and the standard it put, especially now that multiple servants going to one master is officially canon. They haven't gotten back to it, but it's canon now. So I'm very happy because like that was like the big critique people have for this type of fanfic. Everyone kept saying like, well, you can't do that. No master would be able to handle it, and now it's officially a thing, and I love it. Like the action was great, the comedy was great. I like the use of flashbacks to explain why Shira's so different. The exaggeration of the magic circuits works really well with how ridiculous things got. And I also get why the author just got bored and decided to end it. And the
Yeah.
other real shame is like I was actually very invested in the OC Masters dynamic with his family, let alone how protective he was of Jack, because he just can't wrap his head around the fact that like I summoned a kid and now she's my responsibility, but she's apparently the Jack the Ripper. I don't know how to handle this. Do I keep her away from women? How do I do that? But it's great. I love it. And I think that just leaves one more. Do you have Do you have another one?
Nope.
Okay. And this one I didn't. What? Where is it? Oh, right. I didn't download yet. Okay. Where is it? Okay. Uh, Kill Talk. Man, I'm very excited for summer this year in Grand Order. I'm not expecting much, but my girl ex Alter's come back. My baby girl, and she has her suit, and I'm so happy. It's not the one from the Idol event, the best event in the game, but it's close enough, so I will take it.
Yeah.
I'm so happy.
Yeah, I know event was fun.
Yeah. And when
I miss it.
Miss Crane's back too. I love
Forgot about that.
Yeah, I love that gay idiot. She's just Narissa Ravencroft and Elizabeth
Hmm.
Rose Bloodflame name's Love Child, and I love that. Okay, so I don't really want to screenshot this, so I'm just gonna use one of my old edits because I just found it funny. If you're looking at the stream, feel free to laugh at this. I'm not good with Valley Girl top.
But like my screen is a bit delayed, so can you just
Oh,
put it in Discord?
yeah, got it.
Thank you. Oh my goodness. Already from the way you laugh at it.
Uh, Forgot about Discord. Yes, yes. Oh shoot. All right, deal with my other thing. This is so this,
Remember this one?
yeah, I was having a lot of fun with Photoshop after I finally found a knockoff, so I don't have to pay Adobe anything. This, just a placeholder for the recently ended summoned Shiro saga. Sorry,
Oh.
the saga of Shiro's summons. And actually, that name sounds familiar. Do I actually know them? But this was just an anthology serial of Shiro summoning different servants throughout the Fate series, and it ended recently because the guy just got tired. He said he didn't specify what he mean by tired. He just said tired and cleared. And another fanfic that unfortunately is not for has never came back gives me an idea that I think he might just be the community rather than the Fate series itself. But either way, I I really love this one. This so the ideal here was that uh to, again, like this one was just for Shiro in particular, and it starts off in a very tense way to give you an idea on the type of tone some of these stories are going to have, even if they are very all over the place depending on who gets summoned. And it's Kiara.
Oh no.
Yeah, and like I was talking about Leon or a couple of years ago while I was at convention, and a few other people like it's the tension that Kiara could do something like had you scared, and it was really leaning into that direction.
Mm-hmm.
And with like the first like the second chapter, like Shiro like like she was being super awkward around her because it's yeah, because like she looks the way she does and Shiro is the way he is, and we asked him like, was there a reason he's being so distant towards her, and he said it's because I'm scared, and he said I'm scared of you. I don't know why, but I just am. I feel like something bad's gonna happen, and she asked him like, is that how he really feels? Does he really think she'd do something with that? And he's like, think I'm scared to know that. Oh, the answer to that. And we get like, and the final one, yeah, the final chapter with Kiara in particular, because there are multiple parts for some of them. Ren, it gets so bad, Ren ends the alliance with Shiro. Like he
Oh
doesn't want
my.
to because someone died, weird stuff happening, and Kiara doesn't want to spill the beans because Ren can tell like she's hiding something, like she knows some stuff's up. Maybe she's operating behind the scenes. Maybe she's just hiding information because she won't like isn't willing to cooperate. But it doesn't matter to her. It's just the fact that Shiro is like deterred. It's just the fact like for whatever reason, Shiro's not like reeling her in, even though in her mind he should. Cause like you're the master, she's the servant. Like get her to cooperate, and he didn't want to force her to. So she said, "If you don't, that she just gave him one last ultimatum. It was like, use the command seal on her to cooperate, or I'm ending the alliance." And he didn't want to do that, so she
Oh my goodness.
left, and the other one is I think one of the darker ones is Cersei.
Oh,
Oh
I wouldn't expect that one to be the dark one, to
yeah,
be
because
honest.
Cersei can be very like Mendea can be very twisted in the right circumstance because she was telling because different casters can like draw mana from like different things, and she said like she wants to use pigs and eggs, and she like it's like the one of the least just by taking like having a pig stein somewhere and on the estate so she can take care of them was like the least humane way to like the most humane way to draw mana so they can find a way to end the Girl War as soon as possible without anyone actually dying, or at least amount of people dying at least. He didn't really get it, so he agreed. Then we get a time skip where she's like talking to like one of her pigs that she's like fancied really well to the point where the pig even has this cute little ribbon. And you find out through dialogue
It's just,
and that Taiga is and you find out through dialogue that Taiga is stressing out because she hasn't seen someone named Sakura in days. And Shiro doesn't know
oh
what's
yeah.
going on. And like the thing ends on a clip, and like because like how misdirecty that ending is, all people are like, wait, what? They're like, what did she do? And we get the follow up, and oh my gosh, man, what a heartbreaker! Like this is like the first bad end. 'Cause, like we see like Ren, and then like figure out like Sakura's missing. What happened? Like a Shiro is trying to like figure stuff out. So like Ren goes around, and at one point she gets so desperate and upset, she's convinced herself it was Shinji finally snapped and just killed Sakura. And he wants Shiro to, like, she's convinced it happened. So she wants him to say he did it. And but he won't confess. But like, she's like, Archer's just like torturing him. Like, she's like willing on him. Just like, what did you do to her? Where's my sister? And he's like swearing to her that he doesn't know. And it gets so bad that like when Archer like stops and tells Ren to calm down, she actually kills him. And there's like, and they leave, and if cause like they don't have any leads. Like Archer like searched around the whole house. There's no sign of her, or no sign of a struggle either. So she can't figure out like what's going on. And like Ren's all emotional because like she Sakura is gone and no one knows what's going on. And then like after like retracing steps, she finally hits her like the one person she never questioned was Caster. And then they start connecting nut dots and they realize Shiro's in danger. Shiro and they find him and he's mad and like prepared to fight Ren because like he found out she killed Shinji and more importantly like she's convinced he that she did something to Sakura. And then like with the look in Shiro's eye tells her he's in a trance of some kind. And then like she starts connecting the dots and she's like the pigs. 'Cause like a bunch of different people were disappearing. The mana cast and the way Caster was explained, like inning like how it can like help her spells, the look in Caster's face. She played all of them like a fiddle, and like the only way they could get out is like they would have had to find some way to break whatever hold she has on Shiro out of it. But she was like, but they were too. It all just comes out. They were too late. She played them, and she won. And that hurt. It hurt so much. Like, oh my gosh. And thankfully, not all of them are like this. I don't remember all these actually, but not all of them are like this. I can say that with absolute confidence. One, this story was so popular for a minute, despite how some people can be towards pure fanfics one way or another, that even got some fan art, like a nursery rhyme is like looking over. But nursery rhyme is essentially a rejected segment of other stories that the author couldn't figure out how to make a whole story ready for. And she's just looking through like different stories to try and figure out how to give her master a happy ending. Because Nazi said himself, his Shiro story overall is very sad because he never gets to live a full life. But he very rarely gets to live a full life. I have to the point where like he made Muramato Shiro in mind, and as like this is what Shiro would be like if he got to actually be an old man. Tomoyo is really good because it starts off pretty fun, and like the second one is very sweet, where she's using her foxes to try and help him train, and they somehow take a whole detour. Like she's like the fox are moving too fast. Like, I can't hit them, Caster. Like, tell them to slow down. Like, no, don't hit. Focus with your eyes. Like, use your other senses. Think of Star Wars. What's a Star Wars? And he and like they just jump him, and then it somehow turns a whole bit where they spend the entire day collecting the Star Wars trilogy so Shira can watch it the first time. And he sees how excited she is for this, and it's like, well, aren't you excited, Caster? Did you not watch these either? We're not talking about me right now, Master. We're talking about you. Cass, you could just told me if you want to watch a movie. Oh, uh, and I gotta reread Kiyohime. I don't remember that. One I really remember liking was yeah, sure this is the right story. Hime. I do not remember Hime. That's different. Yeah, I skipped Scott because I didn't want to risk plagiarism. My girl Murasaki. So the story explains that what happens with Murasaki is she was Issei's servant,
Oh.
and Issei got hurt because I think a cat I believe yeah so like yeah Medea's not in this because she Murasaki's the caster. Issei got hurt and like he was trying to find a way to end this without anyone getting hurt. He got folded by the writer and their master. The writer is Columbus, I think. Either Columbus or Blackbeard. Probably Columbus. And he's with Shinji. So when Shiro visits him, Issei takes a deep breath, and because he knows the type of guy Shiryu is, and just tells him everything, and like make sure he locks the door, sits down, and really lays everything out. Just like, I need you to fight this war in my place with my servant Caster and end it so no one else gets hurt. And he agrees, and like Murasaki's like waiting outside. She's agrees to work with Shiro. They're just very a little. They're both just really upset about and what happened to Issei. And the second chapter, I think, really shows what helps it shine with like how. And I told Leon and X about this. Like, really shows not just the power that casters have, even if they're the more weaker ones, but just how terrain creation, I believe it's called, really works because the shir- yeah, territory, yeah, territory creation. He gets home and Sak gets home and sees Sakura and Taiga passed out on the table at the table, and just goes into his workshop, no, his dojo, because she said it had the space for it, and she turned it into a workroom. But using territory creation because like she's trying to she explains like how stories work and the powers that words have to basically because while she's not a fighter, no, she's a caster. She writes stories. He wants to be a fighter, but he doesn't have what he needs to do that, and she doesn't understand his magecraft enough to teach him better. So normally they'd be screwed. So she's using the power of stories to give him essentially the power of like fiction in a sense to supercharge him so he can take down Ryder. Because they both agreed it's not even about revenge. The first step is taking down whoever beat up Issei. So she gives makes him about as powerful as the legend of the tales of Monogatari. I think how she explained it worked is the more popular, like the more iconic and the legend is, the more powerful the spell will be. So so Genji Monogatari is one of those popular and iconic. Sorry, it's one of those iconic stories in fiction. So and it was the fastest thing used to work with. So to be absolutely sure it worked, she used her own story as a reference and supercharged Shiro. Taiga woke up because Taiga's Taiga, and like they take down they take him down, and that was all she wrote. The entire fanfic ends with a one final goodbye with Caster Lily. And even if I'm not as big on Caster Lily as I used to be, I gotta say, that is the perfect way to end a anthology Shiro fanfic. Not just because of the legacy those two have, like you're gonna do a Turia, but you can't just do a normal Turia. And people are gonna want to be Saber Alter, but she's started in Stay Night. It's the best use of it, especially because Lily technically started in Stay Night, but she's very different from how she was because she wasn't really a character. And it's just cute. It's just a very cute way of saying goodbye to this story he created.
It's cute, adorable even.
Yeah. He did X, Hero in X. I don't remember ever reading it because, well, you know how I get.
Yeah.
100 faces here. That's different. It's like, it's not a great look that I don't remember a lot of these, or I didn't read some of them, but this one's good. It's real good. The different tones and genre, like uh the way they feel appropriate for each character. Even if you agree, like you don't think like some of the ways these interactions would go the way they do, like they're really good. I think it said somewhere that Nightingale her it said somewhere, I don't know where the quote comes from, that Natsu says the two most compatible servants outside of Arturia for Shiro is Spartacus because of the whole oppression thing, and Nightingale. I don't know if that's true or not, but I believe he did Nightingale, and they were just trying to like reach a middle ground because you know how they both get, and like it was nice. Like, oh, Mordred's here. I do not remember the Mordred story. That's not good. There's a lot of coup here. Ska, like I said, Skaha is here. I did, uh, I, s- I am inspired by a lot of Skaha stories. I tell myself I don't think I will ever want to read this one over because, not that I think it's bad, just like, uh, Alan Moore said, like, sometimes you gotta read like bad stories to, because like, if you read too many good ones, you're always gonna be a little scared, thinking, am I actually just plagiarizing this person's thing, or is it gonna be me? But I'm gonna just get over that and just give this a shot anyway, because I love Skaha. She's one of my favorites. And while I don't actually have it here, that does remind me the story that turned me into a Skaha fan was, it's listed in the Grand Order section somewhere. But very similarly, like Skaha got summoned in Stay Night. It's a very simple Skaha is here instead of Arturia. I don't actually remember who the Saber is actually, looking back. But it like Ku's caster, like she cleans his clock, and I really love how they handle like her realizing Shiro didn't mean to summon her. So like, and she tries to like de-escalate the situation by just talking to him, and then it escalates again because Ren's there and Scott Ha is like battle crazy. The point where like even when he tries to talk, like he almost has to use a command seal to get her to stop because like she like wants to kill them, and she just he just like lets so he just like lets it slip like I look you can't. Why? I almost died today. She saved me. So I wouldn't have been able to summon you here if you if it weren't for her, and I have to repay her back. So you can't kill her, therefore. That works, right? I guess. It's also like where I like figured and again like it was like my favorite moment, and like I told Leon about this and he was laughing for a bit. I don't blame him. It is funny and also a little sweet. Skaha agrees to train him and like in the dojo after like they take a break from magic training stuff. And like and she like they go through like a bunch of different weapons to find the right style for him. And while he does settle on the swords, he really tries with the spear to where like she's just really pushing him. And she said the condition to winning to this training is you have to either land a strike against me, which is obviously not going to happen, or last a full minute. And like when they got to the spear, like, he was really pushing it to the point where like he just like he felt like he was short. He got short of breath. He was getting knocked around everywhere, and she like just count and she started counting out loud while like swinging at him with this crazed look in her eye, and like she has like pinned down like trying to like break the spear, like the wooden spear he has, and it's like cast like Lancer. I'm seriously, I can't keep up. It's like don't say that. You only have you only have 10 more seconds. You're doing great, Q. Who's Ku? And she didn't even realize she slapped him just at that moment. The spear he has breaks and she whacks him in the face. It's like, oh, she called him, and everyone's
Thank you.
oh no, no, like, oh, that's so sweet. And like, I don't remember where it stops, but it did stop. And then this other one that I think the author deleted, very similar to just the Fate route. It's just a few small minor changes, like Sakura and Ren do still have a relation. There's a relationship. So
Aw.
say Sakura essentially starts sabotaging Shinji, and it's not working as well as she thought it would. Because and Sakura's not even like one of the main things of the story. It's just keeps blowing up in her face. Cause like she told, cause like she told Ryder not to hurt Shiro or Ren. And like she's like, I can't do that if you don't tell me what you don't tell me why. So she just looks at her command still and she's like soccer and she just apologizes and so that edges and so it can and even just by saying this is gonna help that this will help both of us in the end. And it's like her first command seal to not hurt Shiro or Ren until the girl war is over. This leads to a very funny misunderstanding. Because when they save her, and a problem I really gotta get to this fic, if it's still out there, is Ren. So it's really good at almost making you think maybe Shinji's not that good because like the way he gaslights in the writing is really good. The point where you just want to punch him when he slips and you realize, oh, he really is a piece of shit because he's like trying to talk down, and then when they walk in on him killing this girl in this abandoned construction site, and then like they start fighting, and we go on the funniest bit in the whole story where Ren like a Ryder is like right there like as Shiro like right there in front of Shiro like he's separated from Saber and Shiro's too scared to move of she's like dagger in hand and say, "Not great job, Ryder. I knew you were good for something. Now go ahead, kill him." And just stands there like Ryder, kill him. And Shiro just staring at her, backing away slowly. He's like, "Wait, what's going on?" And he's just thinking, "What is going on?" It's like, "Ryder, what are you doing? Kill him. Get over with." She just keeps staring at Shiro and just sighs, puts her hand on her forehead, like, I can't. What do you mean you can't? I can't hurt him, Master. I'm sorry. What do you mean you're sorry? What does that mean? And like her only thought process like work around this so it doesn't get too obvious and Sakura doesn't get in trouble. She takes off her mask and tries to freeze Shiro and Saber. It doesn't work on her because it doesn't work on her, but it works on Shiro, and just long enough for them to get away. Like Ryder, we're told Sakura still got mad that she found a loophole. She's like, I didn't. I just imagine that conversation. Like, Ryder, I didn't hurt him. I just froze him. Ryder, that's not okay.
Oh,
Uh, yeah, that was everything I had. This was fun.
yeah.
Yeah,
And
I don't know how much longer I'll be able to do this because unfortunate. Wait, which one is it? I don't know how much longer I'll be able to do these because the whole Discord thing happening.
yeah,
Unless I just find alternatives so I can like get in contact with you.
yeah.
But I'll
I'll
cross.
keep a lookout too.
Yeah, this is fun. I'm going to a convention in about 2 weeks, so I'm really excited for that. My first time going to one in 4 days in total. So I'm going for the whole time instead of just like two. Look. Oh, six voice actors going to be there. Uh, I Yeah, I don't think he'll have a print for him, but a last time I met him, he said he generally remembered Sig and told me about how fun it was recording that thing. And I told him I just told him like just how important that fight scene is to me with like him just going all in, screaming his head off. It's it, it's great. Uh, if I'm lucky, maybe I can get him to sign and autograph.
If you do, can you send a picture to me?
Yeah, sure.
I kind of want to see it.
Yeah,
You know how much I love seeing.
me too. Like, and I tell people like, no, like I don't like have him like I don't love him as much as I do like I don't think I love him as much as I do Ritsukia or Shiro or Hanako, but I adore like his romance with John. Like, it just makes sense to me. I love it. Like a kid who was quite literally born into cruelty, not being able to see the good in humans, and then the one person who like the two people who showed him kindness are like the ones he's attached to the most. And John, like being so sworn to her oath, she generally is horrified at the idea that she wants something for herself. Like it works. It works to me, especially because one of those romantic things I've ever heard where, or it's apparently explained that the reason they reunited is that John took completely cast, like, ejected herself through sheer force of will from the throne of heroes and became a pure spirit so she could go to the end of the world, which is in Avalon, apparently, and be with Sig. And that took so long, and by the time the collab happens with Grand Order, 50 years have passed, and it still hasn't happened yet. And that's why John's not in the story, because he's still waiting for her. It's like so that took a while.
That's cute.
Yeah,
I'm
that
not the biggest fan of the ship, but I get the appeal. It's romantic.
yeah, it's just cute to me. And also, like I told, and also like me and Hunter were just joking around, saying like, can you imagine how funny that would be if like you're like it happened sooner, like you're doing the big finale of Solomon, John's giving her speech, and then she just disappears. Like, John, John, I didn't know, sir, I didn't know, sir, rulers could go in spirit form. They can. John, where are you? John, where are you at? John, and then John, it's just like it's like it took a while. We're finally together. Oh crap! What happened? I think I just messed up something important. Hmm. And also, like, I just love that Granorr, how many hobbies Granorr gives Sig. Like, he likes ninjas. He thinks pirates are cool.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. Yes.
My boy, see.
He's a
And
baby.
he's apparently a pretty good artist too, which I love.
Uh, a real artist, not one of those fakes.
I know, right?
Yeah. Yeah. But yeah, I'm excited, man. I'm happy I got to meet Mordred's VA. Conveniently, the same day the night before they announced the Camelot movie, I regret getting her to sign I had a foam Excalibur sword, and I got her to sign that instead of my autographed book, like an idiot. So when that breaks, I'm going to be heartbroken.
Oh my goodness. Excalibur of all that.
Yeah, it's like I was very like, yeah, it'd be poetic. Then I realized this is foam. I'm an idiot. This is made out of foam. I'm an idiot. It's gonna break.
So speaking of Mordred and Excalibur, it reminds me of that um a comment I saw on Mordred's backstory, I think, about how it's the only time on screen that we see the Arturia's Arturia gets like disarmed. And I like think about that every now and then.
Oh yeah,
School, Mordred school, I love them so much.
yeah. I think yeah. Now I do remember that's only and we had a discussion about it. There is a high chance that yes, much like how a lot of anime take some liberties to change things, that is probably just how A1 picture that there is a chance that it's just how A1 pictures depicted the scene because one of the big confusions that Hunter explained with the art with the rejection in question is Arturia generally did not know Mordred's Arturia was never supposed to see Mordred's face until Mordred's actual death. That's why the helmet cracking was so iconic in the original Dean anime. She didn't see the face. So there and we just had like and
Most makes sense. It's just from different angles, I guess.
yeah,
Most makes sense.
yeah, which I think it was and I think so I'm just like there's a chance that Mordred when she unmasked to Arturia doesn't Mordred doesn't there's a chance that the enchantment was still on that Morgan put on the helmet where like I we're like apparently if Mordred still has the helmet on or something like that, like you'll still can't see the face. So the chance, so there's a chance that if anyone pictures depiction of it through Arturia's eyes, Morja took the helmet off, said she was, and just didn't believe her because she couldn't see the face to confirm it. Because Morgan wouldn't turn the enchantment off, so she just screwed her over. Like, which unfortunately is like the case either way. And I do know that both the light novel and apparently the movie version of no, yeah, the movie for the first Camelot thing, Natsu made a illustration to double down that in Mordred's eyes during her final moments, she thinks like one of the dumbest. Mordred's thought process on the rebellion was like, even if she got accepted, thanks to what Morgan did to her, she's essentially a ticking time bomb. It wasn't the throne; it's her
Yeah.
obsession. So even if she got it, it wouldn't be enough. It would never be enough. Camelot was going to fall either way. So like, I and I and I and y'all wonder why I hate Morgan because she's the one who did this to her. Man, that sucks.
Yeah. Morgan too.
Oh my. Mm.
So much so that even though like um the Morgan we can summon is technically the a different person, I still get to stand her.
Yeah, like
Even disregarding my gripes with that summer event about how they treated Riska.
yeah, like, I didn't even play it. Like I actually I'm actually proud of myself this time. I actually put my foot down. Like, no, I'm not doing this. I'm like I'll roll to get the one character I'm trying to grab on this, my fox girl, Shizuka. But man, oh my gosh, I was heated and not a good, not a good timing because I got COVID the day that that string got announced a second time. But man, it was like. There are so many other characters, and you're giving Lost Belt six summer events, all summer variations already. You got to be kidding me! And I like,
Yeah.
and I like two, and I like the two and like yeah, like the two fairy knights they made are great. I like those two, but like, can't you just do this later?
I know, right?
It,
Uh, anyway, it's about to be it's about to be midnight for me.
yeah, I'll let you go.
Yeah.
I'll figure
Yeah.
out some way to some
Mm-hmm.
way to something else to
To
do.
keep this up.
Yeah, I'll figure out some way to like
Yeah.
something else to do. I
You
don't
always like build up a game.
a game.
Yeah. To do on your stream.
Oh yeah, I'll have to
That's
figure.
what you meant, right?
Yeah, I'll have to figure out how that works. Along
Yeah. Game
with
capture.
yeah, game capture. Same with I really before Discord screwed everything up, I really want to do that Naruto tier list, but I got a I got a lot of research to do.
Yeah.
You know, a lot of,
No idea. I don't know much about Naruto, so I need to help you with it.
I'm sorry. It's mostly just like me doing a rate the filler arc tier list because I will always fight. I think a lot. Yeah, will always fight. No, but like a lot of these filler are actually good though. It's just the later half of the series when it's about to end to get to the big final battle, that's when it gets annoying. Like some of these are generally really good. They do a lot. Like one of my favorite characters is Hinata, and I love what they do with her in that filler arc. So good.
Yeah. Because she kind of needed that character development.
Like the whole idea like they had from why they did it is because like they said, okay, so what if we like do this thing to develop a bunch of characters we didn't get to spend too much time with in part one before Shippuden happens, and like they did it really well, especially because as I was thinking of the idea like about 2 years ago, I thought, no, wait, this has to start strong or it's going to be lame, and like the Prison Break arc is really bad, and they were like, no, wait, hold on, actually, that it starts off like this cluster starts better than I thought it did, because like soccer, you have to go first. Yeah, we're still in there.
Yeah.
Man,
Right. stream now.
Okay.
Thanks for having me.
You're welcome. I'll make the VOD and like at you for the collab thing so we can both get something out of it at some point. This was fun. This was fun.
Okay, bye bye. Okay,
Bye.
bye bye.
Okay, so I'm going to try and get more into Sonic Avengers, and after that, then hopefully if I can like finish that in time, I'm gonna start editing some stuff for, of course. After that, I'm gonna try and edit some things for the these two VODs, and I'll put those on the other channel so that can have some content. Also kind of want to talk about 100 Girlfriends again, but I do need to put more stuff on this channel too. So I'll get to that at some point. Song stuff still stays on here. It's just better if I stream with the main channel. So thanks for coming, guys. I'll talk to you later. Bye.